Top of the line, I give it the news, there's nothing less. The way I deliver the facts, try to do it the best, man, it's button check. Gotta subscribe and telling you that it's button check. You're not tuning to button check.
What is up, Button Check family? Welcome back into a brand new week of buttons that need to be checked. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. Chapters down below, sub button right there. We got a hot one because Capcom done spoke up and the FGC is not feeling it, man. We're talking about Brian F, we're talking about Shine, and so on. You know, Cap Cup is right around the corner. I even got some surprises. So listen, I'm gonna cover everything. We're gonna get some reactions as well. So let's get into it. Once again, appreciate all the support. We got a quick word from our favorite clothing company because they got a big sale. Then let's get some buttons. Let's go. All right, Button Check family, let's be real. We're all adults, man. So you guys have supported Button Check in the craziest ways throughout the years. And when I first started, had no swag, had no appeal. I didn't know how to dress, I'm not gonna lie.
You exposing your hairline right now? Put the care condition in the description.
Yes, sir. You, with the horrible tan lines.
Thank you. Yeah, I guess. But if you've been watching in the last 2 years, you know Into the AM has had your boys back. And the reason why they keep coming back is because you guys keep singing the praises with me, talking about we like their products, we love their tees, we love their fits, and especially we love their deals, which they're having right now. There is a new one, but it's literally only going on for a week, y'all. This is from the 9th of this month to the 15th. Literally only 1 week. So the link is down below. We're talking about the Tee Package Bundle Deal. We're talking about the graphic tee pack sale going on right now for the next week. Yes, you can get them individually, but if you take advantage of the current sale, you're gonna save so much money getting them in a pack. You can go through the website right now, link down below. And as you can see, not only do they have classic styles that I featured on the channel, but they have new styles as well. Matter of fact, the whole fit that I'm wearing right now is Into the AM. You know I'm wearing the hat every episode. The shirt that I'm wearing right now, this long sleeve joint right here, love it. It's a little cold still in Texas, so this goes perfect, and the tee underneath. Let me see if I can show it to you real quick. The whole fit is Into the AM, from the undershirt to the long sleeve to the hat. So whether you're running the set, running errands, day life, night life, business casual, or you just happen to be in front of a camera every day creating some content, Into the AM got you covered with that clothing rotation. In conclusion, as always, link down below. Special shout out to Into the AM for sponsoring this video and for you guys for making this possible, man. Take advantage of the best-selling graphics, the graphic tee packs, the basic tees, layers and essentials, and so much more. Now let's get back to checking some buttons, y'all. Let's go. All right, first up for them, why does it feel like Capcom doesn't want us to support Capcom buttons that need to be checked? All right, so look, Capcom Cup is right around the corner. It is this week. There's even new stuff I learned today. I'm like, holy shit, and I'll share that with you guys in a second. But we're talking about Brian F, Shine, pros, casuals. They're all reacting because on Capcom, I think it was the esports account, they posted updated rules to streaming because you know it's gonna be behind a paywall. But the first 3 days are not. It's a long ass article. I'm not gonna go into all of it. You need a damn lawyer to understand that. But in a nutshell, the first 3 days are free. We're all gonna be able to watch it. I think it's gonna be posted on their official Capcom Fighters account. So the stream is there. I could post the videos, we could talk about it, that's great. But when it gets to top 16, that's not. We already knew that, right? That's behind a paywall, and we're not gonna be able to see it until 2 weeks. I think that's like March 30th. It's happening this weekend, and we're not gonna be able to like see anything on YouTube or anywhere until March 30th. So I think more people in the FGC are starting to like really pay attention to this because it's happening this week, and they're upset. And they're looking at Capcom like, yo, why is it that you guys are just killing all the hype? We want to support you, but I feel like you're making it harder. Let's start right here. Right here on their official account, they posted this earlier today saying, regarding paid streaming for Cap Cup 12/Street Fighter League, and this is the part I want to focus on right here, saying for Cap Cup 12, group qualifiers held from the 11th through the 13th and day 1 of Street Fighter League, anybody may freely conduct mirror streaming or create clips without restrictions. Please note this is not a streaming as an official Capcom certified co-streamer, so avoid any indications that would be misconstrued as an official Capcom endorsement. So basically they're saying the first 3 days are free. It's not behind a paywall, which we knew already. So like for the first 3 days and the first day of Street Fighter League, they're gonna show that on Capcom Fighters and any other channels they got. I could create news and videos, that's great, right? But once it gets to the nitty gritty, we're talking about top 16 and beyond, and the first day past Street Fighter League, so I guess day 2, that's a wrap. We can't react to it, we can't show it. Matter of fact, we can't even produce content for it until 2 weeks after that weekend. So it's happening this weekend. We can't produce content until March 30th. Brian F. reacting right here saying no coverage, social media clips, transformative content, news reporting, etc. on Capcom Cup finals until over a week later. This stifles any chance for organic buzz for CC to grow interest in the scene. I hope Japan Esports Division is aware of this risk. Then I noticed Shine was responding as well, saying, it's like they're trying their hardest to further kill any interest I had in watching Capcom this year, or Cap Cup. It's such a shame since Street Fighter 6 as a product is so good, especially in comparison to Street Fighter 5, where it was the opposite issue. I'm sleep. And others are like, yo, it's too long, man. So you don't want us to care, or do you want us to care? Like, because a week after it's over, we're paying attention to something else already. Then people having fun with it right here, taking it to the extreme, saying breaking. Cap Cup 12 viewing guidelines have dropped, and there are important changes for all in-person attendees. Event goers must be blindfolded at all times and have their mobile devices and cameras confiscated at the door to ensure no one is allowed to view the event. Isn't that funny though? It seems like that's how far they're taking it. But Sajam also adds to this right there. He says, talked about this many times, but it's a shame that we can't all share in the winning moments and conclusion of our tour together. The energy after Blas versus Kakaru from last year had me excited to boot up and play, but that will be missing this year for many of us. Then down below, people are like, I kind of get wanting to make money in some way, so it's more viable, but just suddenly making something paid only isn't the way, especially when you don't really get much benefits besides being able to watch this. And underneath it, they say, no joke, I was getting more into watching fighting as an esport way more regularly and talking about it in Discords while it was happening. And then this happened, and combined with Saudi-owned ego, it feels like the scene got put on ice all at once. How y'all feeling about that, man? There's more, and I'll try to put them on the screen as we talk. You know, I remember a time when Cap Cup happened. It was like the Super Bowl. Like, we ordered food, pizzas. It was me, Dirty Low, my other cousin. Sometimes their friends would come along, and we would watch it and get food and drinks, and we would just like nerd out. Well, at least that's how people looked at us. But it was a big thing. We looked forward to this, man, all the way through. Even though we didn't really like, Street Fighter 5 wasn't our favorite game, we loved it. Like, we loved the competition and Cap Cup. Then this started happening. I have not got one call, not one text, not nothing about what we doing for the Cup. Not nothing. You know, you get the text from the homies like, hey, whose house we going over, or yada yada, because we're gonna have a good time. Not one. Now, granted, it's in Japan now, so that doesn't help either because the time is crazy. I think it starts at 8 p.m. here in Texas. Like 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. 8 p.m. That means it goes on to like what? Sometime in the a.m. So granted, it's harder, right? But still, not one call, not nothing. So granted, I'll be like most of you and I'll watch the first 3 days, because why wouldn't I? Like, I can't wait to watch this. But we all know it's like a damn, you know how they say to drug dealers, they'd be like, the first taste is free. That's what I feel like Capcom is doing to us. They're like, we're gonna give you a little taste. We're gonna give you the first taste for free, the 3 days, and you're gonna be hooked after that, baby. Oh, they counting on it. They counting that we gonna be hooked after 3 days, and we're gonna wanna see that conclusion so bad, we're gonna open these wallets and drop $10. That's what they hoping on.
True that, Ernesto, right on the money.
And you know what the crazy thing is? This is gonna sound simple-minded as hell, but I did not know Japan was a day ahead of us. So this whole time I'm thinking, oh, it starts this Wednesday. No. It starts Tuesday for us. Here in the States, like here in Texas, I think it starts at 8 p.m. tomorrow. So I'm over here finding this out like, what? I'm over here trying to make plans that I can start watching it Wednesday. I gotta start tomorrow? I'm not prepared. I'm thrown into the mix. It's already popping off. So anyway, Cap Cup is starting the 11th, but if you live in the States, it's starting on the 10th. It's starting tomorrow. Holy crap, man. Anyway, check this out. It gets even deeper because I noticed certain pros out there were talking about they could pick. They know who's gonna win. And the crazy thing is, I think they're right. It's not like, hey, let me just pull something out of my ass and I'm having fun with this. I think they're actually right. Shocking Cause TV, we featured some of their videos here before. He did such an in-depth analysis where he was like, a lot of these winners, matter of fact, all of the winners, they have a few things in common. So this is the math on paper, what it takes for somebody to actually win this. And when you watch that video, I'm not lying, it makes sense. I'll put the link down below if you guys want to check it out. but even him and Broski, and I think I heard James Shen say something like that as well, they're all saying the same thing of who wins. Check this out.
So my prediction is grand finals of Capcom Cup is going to be Angry Bird versus Lashar. And I think the winner of Capcom Cup, based on these predictions, is going to be...
He picks Lashar.
Paint crashed on the final one? Absolute cinema.
I've been going through every single Capcom Cup since 2013. Not just the winners, every entrant, every qualification path, every top 8, their best and worst placements. That's 12 months of lead-in data for every eventual champion. 11 tournaments and 328 players. To put this process simply, I want you to imagine Capcom Cup as the hardest video game level ever created. Millions of people play it, but only one person beats it every year. I looked at the last 11 people who beat the level, and I noticed something. They all did the exact same things before they won. So instead of guessing who will win this year, I created a checklist. If a player doesn't have the checks, they can't win. These are the 11 trials of the Capcom Cup champion. One exception, Capcom Cup X, Uma. Capcom Cup 10's champion Uma is what you would call a statistical anomaly. Neo, a glitch in the Matrix, an unsponsored player who paid his own way and walked out with a trophy and life-changing money. But prediction models aren't bet on anomalies, and the rules say that Uma's run was a one-off that will not be repeated again.
Check this out. We're just going to skim through it real quick because it's so long, but a lot of this data that he's showing actually seems legit. It's like all the winners have these things in common. And Uma actually does seem like a glitch because it's like not only did he come out of nowhere and win, it wasn't predicted to win, he follows like none of this data he's showing here, but he retired. He won the damn money. You don't hear nothing about him no more. He took that money and he bounced. Anyway, check this out.
Because across the Capcom Cup history, their champion is never a pure regional product. They arrive with cross-region proof already on the record. For this model, the minimum requirement is simple. You need to have at least one top 8 at an international, offline, tier 1 major outside of your domestic region. That's not a high bar for a potential Capcom Cup champion. It's simply one weekend where you weren't a bedroom champion, and we ask one question. Do the 48 combatants have at least a tier 1 international top 8 outside of their home region? 15 players don't. Bravery, Dak Corgi, Shaka 22, Jab Him, Johangel, Tashi, Kincho, Lugabo, Travis Styles, Sherna, Arm KOF, Lex, Reinhal, Diver, and Jawa. All 15 qualified through World Warrior, and across their season, there is no verified overseas tier 1 top 8. When you line up every stage, attendance, wins, flaws, cross-region repeatability, curse avoidance, there is no red flag left. Not a single one. After 11 years of Capcom Cup data, this is the profile that the Sisters of Fate have chosen. And everything points to the same place, Lashar.
All right, so you got Broski going through just random picks saying, well, I think I could see this one winning, and he comes all the way down to Lashar winning. Then you got Shocking Cost TV actually going through data and all this other stuff talking about Lashar's going to win. I got to say, I agree. I think when it's all said and done, Lashar is going to take it. Now, obviously, anything could happen. Somebody could be off a day. Somebody could just be having the run of their life. We don't know. But long story short, if we're just looking at the math, if we're looking at the paper, it does look like Lashar is a good candidate. I would say if I was a betting man, I am a betting man. I don't know why the hell I say that. What I'm trying to say is I think Lashar is going to take it. If I'm picking for me, I'm saying Blaz, Mena, or Lashar. And I would think it would come down to Mena or Lashar. If I'm rooting for somebody, I'm going to say Blaz, Lashar. I was rooting for Punk. He's not there. I'll root for Dude, too. There's a lot of people. Chris T. There's a lot of people that I'm rooting for, right? But if I'm predicting who's going to take it all, I'm going to say it's going to come down to Mena or Lashar. And if I have to pick, I'm gonna say Lashar. How y'all feeling? Let me know. Definitely just one more time, Butt Check family, definitely let me know how you are feeling. Cap Cup is right around the corner. Matter of fact, it's not right around the corner, it's here. It's tomorrow. I'm over here looking at Wednesday and it is tomorrow. That is still crazy to me. We get the first 3 days free and then it's behind a paywall. I don't know how this is gonna play out, but you can expect I'm going to do my best to give you all the play-by-play and everything that happens. So we'll see. And we're gonna have to get creative as hell, you know what I'm saying? But either way, thank you guys for the amazing support. Thank you for Into the AM sponsoring us. They're definitely hands down my favorite clothing company. They had our back for well over a year and you guys seem to really enjoy them, man. I read y'all comments and stuff like that. They really have good deals and bundles and they even have savings where you can sign up to get free stuff every month. So anyway, big up to Into the AM. Big up to you guys for making it possible. And I will see you tomorrow for that HT because we got a banger. As always, I don't know what it is, but I know somehow, some way, it's about to get better. Love y'all forever. Peace.
Blah, blah, blah. Subscribe.
I hate this game. Oh, this mother effer! Oh, you are gonna regret that, buddy boy! Oh, you are gonna regret that! Wow! You do not teabag Jabali! Oh, it's on! No! Oh my god, I messed it up! That was over!